Hello, future biologists. Welcome to a fascinating journey into the cell, the unit of life. Today, we are diving deep into meiosis, the incredible process that makes you unique. Get ready to explore this vital topic across 4 exciting levels, from easy basics to competitive insights. Let's begin. Ready to understand how your body makes special cells for reproduction? Let's start with the easy concepts of meiosis. Our first stop is understanding what meiosis actually is. It's a unique type of cell division, different from the growth division you might already know. Its main job is to create special reproductive cells, like sperm in males and eggs in females. The most important thing it does is reduce the number of chromosomes by exactly half. This ensures that when two of these sex cells combine, the resulting new organism gets the correct total number of chromosomes for its species. It's a precise and vital process. So, why is this halving of chromosomes so crucial? Well, imagine if the chromosome number didn't halve, with each generation, it would double. Meiosis prevents this by ensuring offspring receive half their genetic material from each parent, maintaining the species' chromosome number. Another amazing thing meiosis does is create genetic variety. Unlike other cell divisions, the 4 new cells produced are all genetically different from each other and from the parent cell. Think of it like a unique genetic recipe for each new individual. Time to check your understanding. Answer these 3 questions based on what we've just learned about the basics of meiosis. Take a moment to think about each one before moving on. Good luck! Now that we have the basics down, let's explore meiosis a bit deeper. We'll uncover its 2 main stages and their significance. Meiosis isn't just one division, it's a 2-part act. The first part is meiosis I, often called the reductional division because it's where the chromosome number is halved. During prophase I, homologous chromosomes, which are pairs of chromosomes carrying similar genes, find each other, pair up, and even exchange segments of their DNA in a process called crossing over. This genetic exchange is super important for variation. Then, in metaphase I, these paired chromosomes line up in the middle of the cell, and during anaphase I, they separate, with one from each pair moving to opposite ends. Finally, telophase I forms 2 new cells. Following meiosis I, we move into meiosis II, which is often called the equational division because it's quite similar to mitosis. In this stage, the 2 cells formed in meiosis I undergo another division. During prophase II, chromosomes recondense. In metaphase II, the individual chromosomes, each still made of 2 sister chromatids, line up at the cell's center. Then, in anaphase II, these sister chromatids finally pull apart and move to opposite poles. The grand finale is telophase II, where 4 brand new haploid cells are formed, each containing a unique set of single, unduplicated chromosomes. These are your gametes. The significance of meiosis cannot be overstated. Firstly, it's the engine of genetic variation. Through processes like crossing over and the independent assortment of chromosomes, meiosis shuffles genetic information, ensuring that every sperm and egg cell is genetically unique. This is why siblings can look so different, even from the same parents. Secondly, it plays a vital role in maintaining the correct chromosome number across generations. By halving the chromosome count in gametes, it ensures that when fertilization occurs, the zygote receives the correct diploid number of chromosomes specific to the species. It's truly a master of genetic balance and diversity. Alright, let's test your understanding of meiosis I and II. These 5 questions will challenge you to recall the key events and their importance. Take your time, think critically, and apply what you've learned to answer each one. Ready to dive deeper into the intricate dance of chromosomes? The hard level explores the detailed phases and the profound implications of meiosis. Let's zoom into the most complex phase of meiosis, prophase I. It's divided into 5 substages, each with a crucial role. First, leptotin, where chromosomes condense. Then zygote, where homologous chromosomes precisely pair up in a process called synapsis, forming bivalents. Next, packaging, the stage where the magic of crossing over happens. Segments of DNA are exchanged between non-sister chromatids, leading to genetic recombination. In diplotin, chromosomes start to separate but remain connected at chiasmata, the visible sites of crossing over. Finally, dikinesis sees the chiasmata moving to the ends and the nuclear envelope disappearing. Each step ensures precise genetic exchange and segregation. Beyond prophase I, the subsequent stages of meiosis I and II continue the precise segregation. In metaphase I, the paired homologous chromosomes align randomly at the equatorial plate, a process known as independent assortment, further contributing to genetic variation. Anaphase I then sees these homologous chromosomes separate, moving to opposite poles. Following telophase I, meiosis II mirrors mitosis, where sister chromatids finally separate in anaphase II, leading to 4 haploid, genetically distinct cells. This detailed choreography ensures both reduction in chromosome number and maximum genetic diversity. The genetic variation produced by meiosis is not just a biological curiosity, it's a cornerstone of evolution. By constantly shuffling and recombining genes through crossing over and independent assortment, meiosis provides the raw material upon which natural selection acts. This diversity allows populations to adapt to changing environments, resist diseases, and ultimately survive. However, this complex process isn't always perfect. Errors, known as non-disjunction, can occur where chromosomes fail to separate correctly, leading to gametes with an abnormal number of chromosomes, known as aneuploidy. Conditions like Down syndrome are a direct result of such meiotic errors, highlighting the delicate balance of this vital cellular process. Now, for a more challenging set of questions. These 7 questions require a deeper understanding of the intricate stages, mechanisms, and consequences of meiosis. Analyze each question carefully and apply your knowledge to formulate comprehensive answers. You've got this. For those aiming for competitive excellence, the hardest level unravels the molecular intricacies, developmental differences, and profound clinical and evolutionary impacts of meiosis. Let's push the boundaries of our understanding. At the heart of genetic diversity lies the molecular dance of recombination. This isn't just a random swap, it's a precisely orchestrated event. It typically begins with double-strand breaks in the DNA, often initiated by specific enzymes. These breaks are then processed, leading to single-stranded ends that invade the homologous chromosome. This invasion forms a heteroduplex DNA region, where strands from both chromosomes are intertwined. This leads to the formation of cross-shaped structures called Holliday junctions. The precise resolution of these junctions by specialized enzymes dictates whether a crossover event occurs, resulting in a reciprocal exchange of genetic material. This complex machinery ensures that genetic material is shuffled accurately, generating new combinations of alleles without losing vital genetic information. The entire meiotic process is tightly controlled by a sophisticated regulatory network, primarily involving cyclin-dependent kinases, or CDKs, and their cyclin partners. For instance, the entry into meiosis I is driven by the maturation promoting factor, or MPF, which is a complex of cyclin B and CDK1. This complex phosphorylates key proteins, triggering events like chromosome condensation and nuclear envelope breakdown. The transition from meiosis I to meiosis II and subsequent arrest in metaphase II in oocytes are governed by the precise degradation of cyclins and the activation of specific protein complexes like the anaphase-promoting complex cyclosome, or APCC. This intricate molecular choreography ensures that chromosomes are accurately segregated and gametes are produced at the right time and in the correct state, ready for fertilization. While the core principles of meiosis are universal, its manifestation differs significantly between males and females in a process called gametogenesis. In males, spermatogenesis is a continuous process producing 4 equally sized, functional sperm from each primary spermatocyte. This process begins at puberty and continues throughout life. In contrast, oogenesis in females is a discontinuous and far more complex process. It begins before birth, with primary oocytes arresting in prophase I. Meiosis I only resumes at puberty, producing one large secondary oocyte and a tiny, non-functional polar body due to unequal cytokinesis. The secondary oocyte then arrests again in metaphase II, only completing this final division upon fertilization. This unequal division ensures that the single ovum receives the vast majority of the cytoplasm and nutrients crucial for early embryonic development, while the polar bodies simply serve to discard excess chromosomes. The evolutionary impact of meiosis and sexual reproduction is profound. By constantly generating new genetic combinations, meiosis provides the crucial variability that allows populations to adapt to ever-changing environments, enhancing their chances of survival against pathogens and other selective pressures, a concept often linked to the Red Queen hypothesis. Furthermore, meiosis plays a critical role in purging deleterious mutations from the gene pool, preventing their accumulation over generations. On the clinical front, errors in meiosis, particularly non-disjunction, are a leading cause of aneuploidies like Down syndrome, highlighting the delicate precision required. The risk of these errors increases significantly with advanced maternal age, underscoring the biological clock ticking for female fertility. Understanding meiosis is thus key to comprehending inheritance, evolution, and human health. All right, brilliant minds. Here are the first 5 challenging questions for our hardest level. These questions demand a comprehensive understanding, critical thinking, and the ability to connect various concepts of meiosis. Take your time to formulate detailed and accurate answers. Good luck! And here are the final 5 questions to truly test your mastery of meiosis at the highest level. These delve into the most intricate details and broader implications. Push your analytical skills, recall all the advanced concepts we've discussed, and provide thorough responses. You're almost there. And that brings us to the end of our deep dive into meiosis. We've covered everything from its basic purpose to its molecular intricacies and evolutionary significance. I hope this journey has sparked your curiosity and enhanced your understanding. For more such engaging and in-depth educational content, visit synapse.omaps.in. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for continuous learning. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep growing.